now. Now looking back on it all seems so silly. I'm just fucking put it on YouTube, right? Like it belongs on like YouTube is where the eyeballs are going to get. Like cut out all the middlemen, build an audience on YouTube of people who are genuinely interested in you, where you can actually like interact with people like you and, you know, who actually will take it, you know, who might even take an interest in reading your book or whatever. Like film festivals, that was going to be diminishing returns. It was exciting to see it on a big screen or whatever. I mean, there was some novelty to it, I suppose. Got to travel, got to go to Seattle, and, you know, we got to do a bunch of cool stuff. But as far as trying to get eyeballs or this idea of like, did you get formally distributed? I feel like there's hardly such a thing as formal distribution now.
But yeah, the social media class that you went to just felt so familiar, from agents and publishers telling us you have to be on social media, you have to do all these things. And then you realize after a while, you're just sort of posting to other authors who are in the same boat, and you're not really moving the needle in any particular direction because I don't know. Maybe did you feel that way?
Yeah, you feel like you're in a pyramid scheme or something.
So did that feel like?
Kind of what it felt like. Yeah. And film festivals feel like that too, by the way. And again, I don't even know like what the state of film festivals are in 2026, but the idea is like, pay to submit, pay to show up, pay to market it. Like it's all you, like you might as well fourth wall. And then it's like, and by the way, we don't even really have much of an audience here at the festival. So like bring your own audience to basically like dress up and play pretend that you made a movie. It's kind of, well, in the book, like we went to Niagara, Buffalo, Niagara, and it was like, is this a front? Like, is this even a real film festival?
Yeah.
But the Massachusetts one was great and very well attended. Austin had its ups and downs, but it was amazing to go out to Austin and do that. Sexually Frank, before that, we went to the Sydney Underground Film Festival, which was really, that's by far my best film festival experience. It's like go to the other end of the world to screen my movie to a bunch of strangers and film students and stuff. It was so fun. Yeah, it was really exciting.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I'm so glad I went. It's the kind of thing you might not go to, but I'm so glad I went.
And they paid for your conference or your festival attendance at some of these.
Right.
Which I was kind of shocked to hear, because we do writing conferences. This is a similar situation. We're paying for everything. You get there and you're just basically trying to get access to the people you need to talk to. And it seems almost pyramidal, but I guess necessity. Do you feel like?
I guess so.
I guess you did get some things eventually out of the festivals. At least you got some recognition. Do they help with the distribution? Because the distribution story you have in the book seemed to be sort of a dead end on all fronts.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get DVD distribution back then there were times where it was easier than other, you know, like Trauma distributed my first two movies, or my first movie actually only. I didn't sign with them on the second one. And I signed like a 20-year thing and I never saw a penny for it. It was funny. They just recently, this is our 20th year. I signed it in 2006. This is my 20th year with them. And they just uploaded it to their YouTube channel. I was like, whoa. And you're in the 20th year, you're going to just give it away for free. It's on their streaming platform. But I mean, the truth is like distribution of movies changed so much in the period of time that I was a filmmaker all the way up till now. Mm-hmm. Now looking back on it all seems so silly. I'm just fucking put it on YouTube, right? Like it belongs on like YouTube is where the eyeballs are going to get. Like cut out all the middlemen, build an audience on YouTube of people who are genuinely interested in you, where you can actually like interact with people like you and, you know, who actually will take it, you know, who might even take an interest in reading your book or whatever. Like film festivals, that was going to be diminishing returns. It was exciting to see it on a big screen or whatever. I mean, there was some novelty to it, I suppose. Got to travel, got to go to Seattle, and, you know, we got to do a bunch of cool stuff. But as far as trying to get eyeballs or this idea of like, did you get formally distributed? I feel like there's hardly such a thing as formal distribution now. You would just do it yourself. It would be the most sensible thing to do by a lot. So I look back on all that and I'm like, that's funny that it really just kind of predated YouTube as we would know it. When, you know, writing this book, like I have no YouTube presence when I wrote this book. Now it's like I've, you know, a sizable YouTube presence. It's even funny to me to think that like that social media class would have been taught in 2014 or whatever. We're like, man, so much, especially on YouTube, so much has changed. Like the idea of having to have a hook, like nobody clicks a video that doesn't have a hook. if you say like, if your title to this video is, I interview Frankie Frain about his book, it's like, nobody's going to click on it. but if it's something like, Filmmaker describes why. Yeah, exactly. So like all that stuff, like I must click. So much has changed since then. I wonder what, oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm remembering. I'm like, what was her advice anyway?
Well, it's
so for those who haven't read the book, it's one of the female leads in the movie. She was really, really trying to make things happen for herself in like the Boston acting scene. So she was like, and you know what's cool about actors? They're not like us filmmakers where we get down on ourselves and we think it's all lost. Like I find the actors are so resilient and have so much of course these can be obnoxious people in some cases. None of my actors, but actors can be obnoxious people. But they're so resilient, and I think they have to be because they get rejected constantly. Yeah. It's such a saturated market. They show up and they're at the whim of some director, and the likelihood that director says no is high. So they're just, they really live the ethos of like the worst they could say is no and moving on. So she was just kind of like exploring every option for getting her name out there, getting into more projects. She was working for free as often as she could. Like really like a huge work ethic. Maria, who plays Carla in the movie. And yeah, she was like, hey, so like there's, yeah. And I don't know if this has ever happened like in your neck of the woods, but in cities, there would be kind of these personalities that would pop up. And we're like, ooh, everybody's listening to Erica. Everything that Erica has to say about social media, everybody wants a piece of that. Again, I don't know if that's still true nowadays, but back it was like Erica or whatever her name was all the rage. And she was teaching the social media class in like a kind of a dank like art studio. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And I went and they set up some chairs and there was like some cookies. And she just basically told us a bunch of cynical shit about social media for like it was supposed to be 2 days. I don't think I went to the second day. I think I did day one only. But now I'm remembering the advice was mostly about networking. It was mostly about, yeah, you know how people on LinkedIn, there's like a lot of like BS posts on LinkedIn that are like very excited about my new opportunity. Like, hey, way to go. And like, it's just generating noise to get a job. Yeah. The advice was do that on Facebook, do that on Twitter in 2014.
Well, that's the first thing I thought of when you were in that chapter you're talking about. It's like, oh, it sounds like LinkedIn, but it also sounds exactly like the advice I still get as a writer. I had a former agent who constantly was pushing, the social media stuff. And then he just go out there and you see that people pumping each other up to pump each other up so that they get a return.
I'm like, does this work?
I don't
would I want to read a book because I saw somebody post on social media? Maybe it's not meant to be A to Z like that.